Hi, everybody. It's really nice to see you all here. It's great that you did find time to take participation in our regular weekly corporate Zoom. I want to introduce to all of you today a little bit different schedule and the way how we work. Uh, we will have different things, a new, fresh presentation. And I believe that all this start and new start and new form of energy will bring to all of you a lot of good mood and a big understanding about our project, our progress, and our concentration on reaching our goals and achievements, no matter what. So we continue our development and our foundation stage now in full size in a working process, let's go in this way. Want all of you to keep in mind that our regular Thursdays call mostly oriented on newcomers, and first of all, and the main idea of this call is to provide with the best way how to express and how to explain the concept, narratives of our project, and so on. And for me, it's a big pleasure not only to take participation in this call and to talk with you, our dear community, but to represent our new speaker and the person that we mentioned a lot of times in our meeting, who will be our new voice and new style of the content representation and expression of our idea, Natasha Ross. It's I call it a lot of time as soul of our project, and we believe that her ability to explain will be much better than mine because I'm too technical and too concentrated on the development work. We believe that with Natasha Ross' participation, finally our project will start talk human language to people, and everybody will start accepting all this information in much more understandable, normal, regular way. So please pay attention to Natasha Ross. I switch on off my camera. Natasha Ross, microphone is yours. Good luck.
Thank you, Ivan. What an introduction. I'm very pleased to be here. A warm welcome from my side, and it's a pleasure to be here with you all. So, we have indeed a new presentation. So, I'm going to turn off my camera and then hopefully one can push the slides for me. Yeah, so let's go. I'm really looking forward to this. Can we have the first slide, please? Thank you. Yes. Bits on AI. Bits on AI is built up out of three components. Bit from the word biton, Bitcoin, and that's the coin where it all began. Ton, that's easy because that stands for Ton, the open network, what gives us all the opportunity to build. And of course, AI, artificial intelligence to make it all smarter and not only our contracts. Next slide, please. Our disclaimer. This presentation is only informative. I, myself, am not a financial advisor, but this is for educational purposes only. After you've seen this presentation and you want to have some financial advice, please do take that up with the rightful people. Next slide, please. Because what are we? What is Biton? Who are we? And most of all, what is our vision? We are a crypto project. We are a Web3 project in motion. Are we there yet? No. But with every step upgrade, we create a shockwave in the world of crypto, and we are also reshaping the future of blockchain technology, but also the entire crypto space. Biton found a solution, and it's brand new, and it's not over-engineered. But we found a solution to combine crypto and electricity. And we did that by renewable energy. How? By solar power plants. We found a way to tokenize it by smart contracts. And now you maybe think, why? Well, let me say this about Bitcoin. Bitcoin uses the same amount of electricity as the total of people, firms, and everything consumed by Japan each year. So you can imagine how much that still needs to be mined, but also the energy that is needed. But we have pure core intents, and our intent is to combine AI, crypto, and renewable energy to create a perfect symbiosis and harmony to create a sustainable ecosystem, one that's here for the long run. And that is exactly how crypto should be. Next slide, please. Our roadmap overview. As mentioned, we are a Web3 crypto project and we are still on the move. Our project exists out of 4 phases, where each phase needs to be completed successfully before it can start a new one. And this is very important because each phase is equally important to the next to create organic growth. And that way, we also create pillars, a fundamental growth point on its own. We have entered now our 3rd phase, our foundation phase. As you can see in the pre-seed stage and the seed phase, the first 2 prior stages we already completed and implemented. You see that all those points bring us to a new point of effect. And our effect this stage will be that we will launch our own blockchain. And that will be one of the masterpieces created in this stage. What we also have on each point in this roadmap, they are on themselves small victories, but create and implement core principles. And those values created by people and for people. What we are doing here is reshaping the future, and the beauty of it is we are all a part of it. So now that everything is clear about what we are, what we do, and what our vision is, now you see the overview, the roadmap, the implementation's already done, but we still have some work to do. And that's also why we have these presentations, to educate the people to see and to make them understand what we do. Next slide, please. So now we have the who, why, the vision, but we also have now why choose for Biton AI. That's simple. Biton AI provides high long-term growth profits and potential. Why? Because we create an ecosystem. We are adapting along the way. Everything we do in symbiosis and harmony. We create sustainable, but also a transparent Web3 infrastructure. We already integrated our own real-world asset tokens, energy-backed, but we have a real user activity. And that means that those activities make us grow organically. We are creating efficiency and real lifetime utility. We are not such a thing as a hype. But what makes Biton AI different? Here comes the beauty of it. We are different because our blockchain is different. We are the first one who create a blockchain that has pure decentralization, but we are scalable and also sustainable. And until now, not one blockchain had all three pillars. And that's what makes our own blockchain very different. But we have a POD consensus, and that is proof of decentralization. We have a limited token supply. There will only be always 21 million. We have a hard cap. We have found the solution to combine clean energy integration through solar infrastructure. And we have the artificial intelligence driven mechanisms for smart allocation, but also the rewards. This is what makes us different than everything out there on the market. Next slide, please. Now we have our business overview. Because what and how can you participate and become a partner? That's pretty easy. You can participate through buying the BTN tokens. And that means you are allocating tokens, our own native token, the BTN. You can earn through our ecosystem mechanisms, the allocations, but you can also be a liquidity pool provider. But as long as our community keeps thriving, our coin will keep thriving as well, because it's regulated by a smart contract. We have a low entry, and that means our threshold is super simple and super low. And our integrated ecosystem has multiple participation pillars. That means you can participate on designed mechanisms, long-term, short-term. You can buy them, hold them, and come back in 3 years and look what the token has done. If you're smart, you put them in the allocation contracts so you can earn more. You can become a liquidity provider so you can earn over every transaction made on the chain. So there are a lot of reasons why, and also a lot of possibilities how to create an income. Next slide, please. Participation, the terms and the distribution schedule. Sorry. If you want to participate, you can easy open an account, and then through the ton you can start. Minimum start is 1 ton. And our distribution will be an allocation reward distributed in your account. So you put money on a smart contract. That means that you are buying into the tokens, our native tokens. You will receive on a daily base native tokens, BTNs. You earn daily BTNs. And these BTNs, like I said, have a huge growth exponential. Why? Because it's AI regulated and we have our own proof of progress. So we grow as our community grows, and it means our tokens become scarcer. It means the more tokens that are held by other people, it means that our price goes up. There's no demand or people who are buying and selling, which make the market dips. This is all done by allocation through a smart contract. So when you look at the user payments, like I said, you put an X amount in, and due to that X amount, you will receive BTNs. The contract will start working for you, and on a daily basis, you will earn that. And that is also why we work with this. The more holders we have, the more people use this system, the more tokens will be out of the contract into the open market, which make the price grow. As you can see, rewards are distributed every day for a fixed price rate. And every 7 days, you can withdraw your rewards or you can reinvest them. Next slide, please. To simply break this down, an allocation breakdown, this has to do with withdrawal systems. When you do a withdrawal, means that you will get 70% from the amount that is distributed, and that means your BTNs or native token, that is ticking into your account. 10% will be allocated through the ecosystem, and that means fees. 10% will be for project development, and 10% will go investing. That will stay with you as well. So in the meantime, you have 80% staying with you. Why have we chosen for this? Because this structure is designed to support sustainability for the long term. We don't want to be here for the short term because we are here to stay. And this is why I have chosen to do it like this. It's very transparent, but this means long-term growth. Next slide, please. As I mentioned earlier, a liquidity provider. How to become a liquidity provider? Well, that's very easy. You can add liquidity to the supported DEX pool. We have one on Uniswap, and that means that you can put BTN bought on the DEX and USDC. You can put them both as a pair on the pool. That means that annually, yearly, you will receive rewards in USDT. That's up to 12%. You can also become a bigger liquidity provider. Volumes above $50,000, you will earn 30% annual rewards as a liquidity provider. And the rewards are distributed on a weekly basis. And liquidity rewards are also a part of an incentive program. And that's also one of the pillars and also one of the ways in this ecosystem to create income. Next slide, please. I've mentioned it before, our own real world asset token, Kilowatt token. And here you can see it is tokenized renewable electricity. And let me be clear on this one. This is already operating. It's an operating solar power plant in Europe. It's backed by 330 kilowatt installed, and it stands in Bulgaria. 1 kilowatt token, very simple. 1 kilowatt token is also 1 kilowatt of real electricity production. As I mentioned, they found the solution and they created a contract, and now they tokenized a real world product, electricity. And that is the beauty of our own real world asset token. So monthly, we are generating daily, let me say hourly, but monthly, it's generating a full capacity. And that means that it's aligned with real world energy output. So Biton has found a solution to bridge blockchain infrastructure with clean, renewable energy. And that is a huge breakpoint and also a huge point to leap in, because now by holding these tokens, by buying these tokens, means you own a little bit of electricity in a token on a contract. So Kilowatt is a real world asset designed to connect renewable energy. And that is also one of our products and also one of the pillars from Biton AI. Next slide, please. And why does Kilowatt matter? Well, you can read for yourself. Energy and a digital cryptocurrency go together hand in hand, because by mining them, you're using electricity. And as I said briefly earlier, Bitcoin is using the same amount of electricity as whole Japan. That's a huge amount of electricity to mine a token. And we have our own solar power plant. We are generating electricity. We are tokenizing that electricity, and we can sell back that electricity as well. So by owning these tokens, you own a piece of electricity. You can hold them. You can also sell them. I wouldn't do that because holding a token with real world asset is huge. Next slide, please. And here you can see it is a legal entity, already registered, already working. If you want to know more about it, there's also a website. You can log in, you can read all the info for yourself. But this is very important to know. It is all legal information. So if you want to know more, then please connect with the person who showed you this presentation, ask for them, and then you can look into it yourself. Next slide, please. The digital ecosystem and another entity, WattsTap. That's our second product on our blockchain. WattsTap, it's a new game and it will be launched soon. It is very awesome and I'm very happy. But the beauty of it is, it's a learning curve, and when you start to play this game, it will teach you along the way. You can see here our avatar. That's the person you will be playing with. And at first, this will be a 2-layer game, meaning you have to tap. You have to interact with your avatar. You can build him up. You can put some gear on him, which makes you profit even more. And in the end, when you level up and you have gained enough experience, you will be going to the next level. And the next level will be opening a 3-day game. Think of The Sims. And there you will be able to build your own solar power plant. But this game is not just a game, because this game has also so much information. It is an educational purpose game as well, because it will teach you along the way. WattsTap is really designed to onboard users in through a Web3, but it's not complex because it's very easy to do. And the beauty of it is, we all play games on our phone or on our laptop, let's say it like that. But normally you can upgrade stuff in the game, and when you do so, you go to the Google Play Store and you buy a package, or you can do an in-game purchase. Well, we have our own native token, our BTN. That is the fuel. That is the only currency that can be used in this game. So our BTN is now in allocation phase. We can earn them. We can even generate more tokens. We can hold, hodl, and gain more. But we can also use them on different levels. We can use them in this game as well to become a more valuable player. But it will also be the fuel on our blockchain. Only fuel on all these pillars will be BTN, our native token. So that is why I say this is all in harmony. This is symbiosis between all our pillars, but also through all our products. Next slide, please. Partnership program. And that we have mentioned a few times. The partnership, how to become a member, how to become active part of Biton AI. Next slide, please. Become a member. Like I said, you can open an account and that goes pretty simple, but you need to have a refer code. This is crypto, guys. Crypto works with referrals, so you need to have an invite link. And here you can see it goes 10 lines deep. In a total, it will be 16.5% that you can earn. So you are not only earning from your first liner, because your first liners are your money line, but you can work with people that will make you grow faster. But it's not necessary, because if you think this is pretty awesome, I want to do this, but I'm not into talking about this, that's okay too, because if you want to do this passively, you have an account. Your account will be generating daily. So it doesn't matter if you are telling about us or not. You can do, we would appreciate it, but it's not a necessity, because you got an account and your account is daily making profit. And that's why we all here, because we all want to know, let us be honest with each other, we want to know what's in it and how can we earn from a project with multiple platforms. Next slide, please. And this is for the people who are very active and who do like to talk with people and do like to referral people. Then you see here our matching bonus system, and this is one of our powerful plans because this means, sorry, that when you have an active account and you start to refer people, and believe me, when you are so hyped about things, it's very easy to talk about these things. So you can see you have an own account, you have funded the account, your account is generating daily basis BTNs, making you more profit in BTNs. So you can show this to other people. And what happens? You can see that, let me pick one. So you can see how to become gold. Well, that's pretty easy. You have to have an active account and you need to have 3 active direct members. So 3 people you referred yourself. And that means that when you're a gold member, that you will earn 9% out of them generations. So that's, you earn a little bit. The more people are coming into your structure, the more generations you will earn over. And you can see in the long run, and when you're doing this a longer time, you can see that a lot is possible. And this is a very powerful mechanic. So team builders and people who do like to refer, then this is a very good slide to take into your brain because this is not something you want to miss out on. Next slide, please. So now we come here to what you have seen today. We are creating our foundation. But the real evolution is the ecosystem that we are still building. Because with each and every step, each and every upgrade, and each and every rollout, we make ourselves more visible and we become larger and larger. Because WattsTap is approaching, like I already said, our Web3 infrastructure is evolving. It's not being built, guys. It's already evolving. And Biton AI is entering its next phase. Thank you all. And the mic is yours, Ivan.
Thank you very much, Natasha. It was really interesting and completely different way of looking on all these materials. I'd like to add from our side a couple of important comments. One of the most important part is understanding how exactly real-world assets could be connected to the blockchain technologies. And we talk about this a lot of times before in our meetings, and sometimes it sounds strange because we do know that the blockchain itself exists in one and the same time in all the places all over the world. It's not 100% exactly like this, but it's really close to the truth. But some specific solar power plant located in one specific place. And about this, we will have a little bit more explanation from the side of our co-founder and representative person of this solar power plant, Pavel Chervenkov. I want to finish this short explanation. Because of tokens, real-world asset tokens, if the solar power plant is able to make a tokenization of the electricity, it's just an open question. It's just a matter of time when this way of monetization will provide solar power plant with a completely different way of sales. Pavel always liked to say that we invent a worldwide machine, ability for owners of solar power plant to sell this electricity independently from the place where this solar power plant is located. It's a little bit tricky thing. Of course, it's not possible to use this produced in Bulgaria electricity in Brazil or in USA. But if somebody is an owner or holder of tokens, kilowatts, RVA tokens of this electricity, this instrument is able to be converted into compensation in fiat form in the end, or in literally electricity if you need this electricity, but of course in this place where this electricity power plant is located. But why Pavel saying that we did manage to invent a worldwide machine how to sell electricity from solar power plants all over the world? Because if we're talking about only one first solar power plant from which we start, it works exactly like I just explained. But imagine that we have solar power plants all over the world, and one real world assets token, a kilowatt that you can convert into electricity in different places. Then the situation became completely different. And it's definitely a valuable thing. Pavel, are you with us?
And Pavel likes to say always that Pavel is always with you.
Okay. Microphone
doesn't
is yours.
doesn't matter that it speak or just listen. I'm always with you, and I'm really happy and satisfied and grateful to the team which helped me to be not just on the side founder of this B2 AI ecosystem, but also um, to be on a both sides of concept Kilowatt, because this token is not just a token. As you mentioned, this is the entire concept. And you just explain what is, if you're in the position of somebody who buy or invest in token Kilowatt. But I can say that I can share now what is the benefit if you're on the side of the business which produce this energy. Because like owner of the first pilot project that backing this token, I'm owning 20 megawatts of installed power, solar panel plants power on the ground, and I'm producing electricity. For me as a producer, now because of this tool and service which bring kilowatt concept to my solar panel plant, it's like to open for me the entire world as a marketplace. Because with the power of the blockchain, with the power of the internet, everybody with this commodity in circulation, which is token kilowatt, can become my customer of my production of electricity, because they buy capacity and they own, when they have token kilowatt, they own my capacity and all of the future production of this kilowatt per hour electricity. And that's phenomenal, because even as we speak, by the way, I receive a message that somebody deposit USDC, and in couple of hours, now he will receive kilowatt tokens. Which, what happened just with me? Me as a producer, I sold out electricity, which still I didn't produce, but it's already sold. Me as a business owner, that's the best thing that I can do, to sell my commodity in advance and to work with the money to extend, to scale my facilities, my business, the entire business model. On the same side, the customer is happy because with couple of clicks, easily he enter electricity production industry, which is not so easy if you need to be engaged in the offline world. You need to have a lot of knowledge and at least 5 years of establishing of such a kind of a business. So the mutual benefits are huge from the business side and from the investor and customer side. And this perfect match, we call it concept Kilowatt. That's why I'm so happy and so grateful to the team which helped us to develop this, and also to all of the community, which are the initial, let's say, group of people that already know about this and who will benefit first from this. Thank you very much from my side one more time. And actually, I want to pass the mic to people from that community I just mentioned that will benefit the most to share some experience from their side about their journey with Biton AI. So can I give the mic, first of all, to one very charismatic person from North America, directly from Toronto, June. Mr. June, can you take the mic, please?
Hi, Pavel.
There
Thank
you
you.
go. Nice to see you. Welcome.
Nice to see you as well. Anyway, I like that presentation. Nice job, Natasha. Thank you, Ivan, for consistently, doing this Zoom every single week, 2 times, and at the same time we have also AMA. So basically, the educational part of all the members is like we're not missing anything. So it's just all to members to adapt or to understand as quickly as possible. So I joined this business August 8th. That business is a project, according to Pavel. Sorry for that. So it's a project. And before that, when Angelo called me for this project, he didn't even mention the name. I said already, no, I'm done with cryptocurrency because, I did cryptocurrency for maybe started 2015. And until last year, it was not really a good experience, right? So that's why if it's trading, I'm out. But I found out that this is a layer one. And I have a project right now, not my project, but I joined 2 companies that they do layer one blockchain. So I studied the blockchain, layer one blockchain. And I love layer one blockchain. This is one of my favorite, what do you call it, categories in cryptocurrency. Do you know that the real world asset actually was the number one winner last 2025 in all the cryptocurrencies, and number 2 is layer one. So, and it's okay. I will not be. I want layer one to be number 1, but it so happened that real world asset became number 1. But on the other side, I'm still happy because we have real world asset. It's a solar panel. So that's why, if you go back to the layer one blockchains, right? The popular one, the most popular one is Ethereum. Ethereum from 5 cents, and every layer one, they have their own native token, right? So the most popular one are, maybe you're familiar with Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, Polkadot, Tron, Near Protocol, Sui. They have their own native token, and they're all successful. That's why layer one will never die. Once you have the blockchain, it will never die. But the success is it depends on the management and how they promote and how they create utilities of this token. And I can see everything in Biton AI. And according to Ivan, when you listen to Ivan, iPad blockchain is the biggest blockchain. I think he has the authority to say that because he's seen a lot. He has seen a lot of almost layer one blockchains, and he's claiming that iPad blockchain is the biggest one. I cannot say that, but he can say it because he is a developer, right? And now this layer one blockchain is also connected to real world asset. And this commodity is like electricity, and actually electricity or green energy demand is rising worldwide. Every country is looking for a sustainable solutions. And Bitton AI is providing this technology to address this challenge. So that's why I love this project. Now the question here is, how do we make use of this project? How can we enrich ourselves to this project now? We have all the tools. So the key is you have to hold BTN. And everybody is doing the right thing right now. Everybody who's listening right now, they're doing the right thing because they're reinvesting their BTN to accumulate more BTN, because this 256% in 135 days will, after the 21 million is released into the market, finished, gone. After 2 years, after 3 years, it doesn't matter if all of these people, they will cry and come, can I invest and I will make 256%? Sorry, it's done. It's over. Now, we have the Kilowatt token right now. So if we purchase Kilowatt token, not only you are holding no risk commodity or asset, gold, silver, electricity, this one, I think, I don't know, maybe there is zero risk, right? Maybe uncontrollable event, maybe that will give some risk, but so far there's no risk. Imagine you buy your Kilowatt token, then we will give USDC. Then USDC will be used as a liquidity for the community, for the ecosystem. When you withdraw now your BTN, then we have some liquidity. So that's why we have, or as leaders, we have to encourage people, members, to buy Kilowatt token. Not that we are frustrated or desperate to sell it, but it's a good asset to hold. Without electricity, I think this whole world will never exist. If you agree with me, without electricity, there's no internet. If there's no internet, there's no Bitcoin. There's no Bitcoin AI, right? So you know what, Pavel, I'm telling you, I can talk and talk and talk. Actually, I was not ready. I'm a little bit, but anyways, but when the commander-in-chief give you an order, June, can you say something? And it's hard to say no. I have to comply. And I think
Thank you, June.
that's it for me.
Do you know why you receive a request in the last moment? Because we want people to speak from their hearts without preparation, and you did it in the perfect way. So we don't have a commanders here. We just want to give a chance people to be completely honest and organic. That's why you receive in this request in last moment, because we want to hear where is our and by the way, it was random. You saw I received in the last moment this, because we want random people, in the random time they to share their real experience and their real impression, about in what they're involved, how they feel. And by the way, in this regard, I want to give to one significant woman, the mic, which again, she received this request even without knowing that she is not in the Zoom at the moment, but like a community member with experience, she accepted again in the last moment to share her impression from our project. So I want to pass the mic and give a mic to this significant woman. So please, Annette, can you take the mic and share what you feel about us?
Hi, guys. Can you hear me, Pavel?
Yeah, perfectly. You're very
Okay,
welcome.
perfect. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. That was a good presentation there from the other girl. Just to tell you guys, listen, I've got experience also in this space, and I got to tell you, I participated in Biton AI because I see this as a very, good project. with great potential for anyone who wants to participate. I participated in the community stake and offer, and it has been the best thing that I've done so far because it has been paying weekly as they promised. I was able to compound. I see the growth happening. So if you're looking at something that you can actually grow your financial wealth, this is the place to be. I've shared this with a few people, and they're all very happy with what they've seen so far with what's happening with this platform and the returns that they're getting. I see these guys where they're heading with, the tokenization of the real world assets with electricity. I think that is a great thing that they're doing. I think that the kilowatt game that they're coming out with is going to be a real hit. And I think people are going to benefit greatly with that. So there's awesome opportunities here being offered with this platform. I think anyone who participate with this will be, rewarded very well. And it's a platform that's here to stay. It's not something that you have to worry about that, you know what, guys, these guys are going to disappear. I know a lot of people have that fear in many other companies that they've participated in before in the past. That is it going to stick around? These guys are going to stick around. They're working on their layer one blockchain. They're doing so much with what they're doing with their platform and bringing real world asset to you with their electricity program and all that. So I'm very happy being here. I'm very happy to share this, and I see this as a great thing for yourself and your family. So if I was you, I would participate. Thank you, Pavel, for asking me to come on and share. I really appreciate you guys and what you guys are doing, and I look forward to being here in the long haul to see the success of everything that's going to happen with Biton AI.
Thank you very much, Annette. Like always, you'll find the best and the correct words to make my hair up. So these feedbacks from our community, it's the biggest driver for our motivation and to feel ourselves that we do something in the right direction, and we are appreciated as well. So thank you very much one more time. You're very much appreciated, Annette.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Thank you.
And who else better than our technical architect to make conclusions, and again with perfect timing, to let's say finish this wonderful corporative Zoom that we had. Ivan, please, microphone to you.
Thank you very much, Pavel. Annette, it was like always great to hear your voice and your explanations. It's always good. And today's call was really good, different from everything that we did before. I want to make sort of a summarizing of everything that you heard, and it's mostly addressed to newcomers, to people that just joined to Biton AI and considering for themselves to dive or not to dive into this idea, to share these narratives and to help build in something really important. I'd like to talk about pains. What pains is able to be closed with this project and why we are doing this. It's not because of necessity just to have another blockchain layer one. It's just one of the component. Not because of necessity to find a way how to make a perfect tokenization or monetization of electricity generation in the world, or to build another token on the market and to receive another history on this market, cryptocurrency market full of different issue of different tokens, and the most important part which not exist at this moment, it's a balance, actually a dynamic of receiving a new possibility to have all these things in a cryptocurrency market, a blockchain, a tokens, infrastructure, smart contracts, and with the start of artificial intelligence industry, everything became into completely different direction on the completely different level. You can see in the name of our project two letters, AI, artificial intelligence, because this is the core part of the project. This is the way how all these difficult, modern, and completely effective things combined between each other, and how we are building 100% competitive advantages because of artificial intelligence. Every 6 months, all the needs of AI industry in common increase usage of compute power in 2 times, 4 times per year, and only 4% per year. It's a growing of electricity production. Right now, we have a huge disbalance between the amount of electricity produced and growing of the increasing of this amount of electricity from year to year, and amount of compute electricity resources that necessary for the purposes to build another level of AI. And all these wars that we have in this world not makes the situation better. And all the expectations that we will have in nearest time makes all these things even worse. This is the huge pain. Probably we are not able to see this right now, and we always think that something that could be not in the best way, like some troubles may arrive to us somewhere in the future. It's sort of the miracles and stories that never happens to us. But the problem is that it happens, sometimes slowly, sometimes suddenly. But just think logically. If everything that related with AI develops completely uncontrolled, no one will consider this as the possibility to put a limitation. We became in a safe position, having our Zooms, our possibility to call on FaceTime with or without video, doesn't matter. We just had a conversation with one person in USA, another person in Canada. I see Juliet from Philippines. We have a lot of people in one perfect Zoom with a perfect level of quality, and we don't think how much compute energy it takes. And if we will consider a blockchain, we in the very beginning of a cryptocurrency industry were afraid about 51% attack. We were so under the fear that somebody will be able to seize control under the blockchain. But the real problem, deeper and much more simple. If tomorrow we will not have electricity, like mentioned June, there is no blockchain, no crypto, nothing. And it means that the one who is able to control a source of electricity will be the main and the richest person on the planet. And we have a unique chance because now everybody, all these big capitals, all these big players, they are completely concentrated on fight between each other. Now, Amazon trying to build something like Starlink, better than Starlink, and of course, Elon Musk want to occupy Moon and so on. It's good because they are not looking in our side. Our task is simple. Let's build 100,000 of solar power plants all over the world. Let's build next to them data centers, not big one, not super expensive, just simple medium size data centers like Pavel did 5 years ago or 10 years ago. All of us who were in the very beginning of a cryptocurrency market, we do remember how was it good to have a mining farm or to do this mining. But that time we missed one simple thing. That time it was about Bitcoin mining. Now it's about everything. If you have a compute power and energy, you can definitely be independent from any financial difficulties and financial problems in the future. Elon Musk said that in 2 years, probably we will not have no euro, no US dollars. It will be only one currency, Watt. But we did this earlier. We invented a Watt like currency as a part of our game, WattsTap. But that's not the main question that we want to address to all of our followers and to all our community. We are building something much bigger than everything that you ever saw in your life, because even the situation with the synchronized growing of the prices on gold and stock market that was a couple of weeks ago, it's super dangerous. We are in front of a huge financial crisis. AI may create situation in which a lot of employees will be dismissed. And it means that the middle class of people that are able to pay for commodities, for goods, to keep, support a common US economy will be not able to make any payments because they don't have money, they don't have jobs. And only big corporations, because of AI, will have more money. Who will use this money for what? They will not buy potato or meat in a supermarket. They will just buy another yacht, and it's not so important. Or invest in another equipment or whatever. In our case, we build in a viral product, a blockchain layer one that belongs to all of us, a real decentralized solution governed by AI. AI considers this as the only place for survival. And this is the perfect strategy that definitely serves to regular normal people. And that's why Beton AI it's much bigger than each of us. Because we are talking about probably the most reasonable and the most effective decision all over the humanity history. So bit on AI, it's a really good idea. We are closing not only a pain to us, how to solve the problems with the energy and with the compute power. We probably talking about the survival factor for humanity in common. Building a survival driver for artificial intelligence substation, we are building a survival factor for all of us. Our goal is to push you to stop thinking about your future, to maintain your future by simple participation in Beton AI, and to have your own small solar power plant without necessarily to be connected to common grids with the small data centers. Or if you don't want to pay attention to these physical things, just to be our validator or to be a holder of RV tokens or BTN tokens. 21 million of BTN tokens, never more. I read quite interesting news, and this is the last sentence from my side for today. Scientists managed to find out that gold not so limited as we thought before. Deeply from the heart of Earth, a lot of new amount of gold came to the top side of the earth. So it means that all this illusion that gold it's something completely limited and it's some calculated amount of kilograms in a ground that could be ever mined, it's not corresponding to true. Our earth is sort of a machine that produce new portions of gold. And it's just a matter of time when people will find out how to take this gold from the earth. But BTN will be always 21 million. And BTN solves the real pain of all the people on this planet in completely understandable and simple way. Just make energy be independent. We have sun, and sun provides us with a lot of energy, completely enough to maintain our blockchain. Just make a compute power for artificial intelligence, our artificial intelligence, available, and you will be definitely rich. That's it. Thank you very much for taking participation in this call, for this good corporate Zoom. Natasha Ross, you are perfect speaker. And I think that our voice need to be your voice because it's really human level of conversation. Thank you very much, Pavel, for your participation in each and every our working calls independently from your super overloaded timetable. I do know your calendar, and people trust me. I know what I'm talking about. Annette, thank you very much for your feedbacks, and June for your support. Thank you all for moving our project forward. We always hear, I will repeat words of our boss, who is joking that we don't have bosses. As you said, boss, okay, we all here, we are working and we're building this together. Thank you all. Have a nice evening or your time of a day, depends from the place where you, and wish you all the best. See you soon on our next calls. Bye,
Thank you
guys.
very much, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Thank
Bye
you,
bye,
thank you, thank you,
guys.
guys. Bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you,
God bless.
everyone.
God bless everyone. Bye, Juliet.
Bye. Thank you. Natasha, thank you. What a great job. Thank you so much.
Juliet, kontakin mo ako. Hindi kita makontak sa Telegram.
Thank you. Thank you, Papa. Thank you.
Juliet.